Hello, everybody. All right, so hello, everyone, and welcome to another Wednesday. Please, if you can hear me, type in the chat and tell me that things are okay, right? Just say yes. Ah, there we go. Julian knows the drill. Julian says that we can hear you. All right, that is good. Hello, 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 lovely people of the world, my smart students. Nice to see everyone again. So welcome to another Wednesday. Today is, I think the 18th. Yes, today is Wednesday the 18th, 2018. And this is another Smart English class with me, Karim. And I'm very excited for your excitement. Everybody's excited in the chat, and you seem to be happy that the class is finally starting. Very good to see everybody. Let me just say hello and give a very quick shout out to everyone. So I actually see some new names, which is not surprising anymore. There's always new people every week, which is nice. I like it. It's nice. All right. So hello, Mariam. Hello, Gosia. There's Sayed, I think, Abdul Majid, Huzaifa. There's Huzaifa. There's Debese, Abraham, Rodrigo. Manal is also here. Victor, Mufleh, Edgard. Nice to see you, Edgard. Lolly is back again. Hello, Lolly. Thank you for coming. Muhammad is also here. Judith, of course, is here as usual. So is Summer, our reigning movie quote of the week champion. We also got Julian, of course. Smart Gaming with Julian. Adela is also here. I think I saw Rosa. Yes, Rosa is also here. And Eunice. Hello, Eunice. Eunice is also in the house today. Welcome, Eunice, to the class. Thank you for coming very much. Summer, yes, I said that. Sultan is also here. Lots of people, which is always great. I love to see a full class. Giffen is also here. I haven't seen Giffen before, so hello, Giffen. Hanan is here. Hi, Hanan. Esther. Hello, Esther. I like that name. I like the way the name Esther sounds. It's a nice name, or at least to my ears. I like Esther. Sounds cool. Jacqueline is here. Hello, Jacqueline. Nice to see you as always. Dia is also here, and I think that's it. Giffen is from Sudan. Hello, Giffen, and thank you for coming to the class today. All right, so Shaymat. Hello, Shaymat. Shaymat says, "What's wrong?" I don't know. What is wrong? I have no idea what you're talking about, Shaymat. Nothing is wrong. Everything is fine. It's Wednesday, which means I get to see you guys, so nothing is wrong ever on Wednesdays, which is nice. Sammy is also here. Hello, Sammy. And Ali. Hi, Ali. She says, yeah, now it's okay. Okay, so I guess you were talking about maybe you had a problem with the connection or something. Okay, so lovely people of the world. Let me do my quick introduction, and then we will get to it. So let me just go small first of all. All right, let's go small. Pow! And there we go, I'm small. So as you guys know, you are watching me on the beautiful Smart English channel on YouTube. So please, if you have not done so yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button, hit all the buttons that you can find on the page after you hit the subscribe and the notification, but please hit those two buttons. And we appreciate it when you guys do that. So what you get when you subscribe and you hit the bell button is you get to know when the next class is going to be. So please do that if you want to know when the next classes are going to be. If you go all the way down to the page, you will find my face, Karim. Click on my face and it will take you to my page, which I think I already have it open. There we go. This is my page, Smart English with Karim. You can find some other videos over here. And you guys who have been watching me every week know this. I've been saying this for a few weeks now. I should start to be free sometime next month. We're currently doing our final exams here at St. Lawrence College, and Canadian College. So hopefully after next week, things should settle down a little bit, and I'll have more free time to start doing more of these videos again. Also, if you don't know, I have a private channel on YouTube. It's called Food AF. And this is my personal channel, right? So it's not related to English. I don't really teach English on this channel. It's just for fun. It's my own channel. I like to cook and I like to eat. So I made a channel about cooking. So if you haven't checked it out, I would love it if you guys come pay me a little visit over at my channel. Also, we have the Facebook Learn English on Facebook with Smrt. So this is a group on Facebook that is actually very active. So I do recommend that you guys join the group. Usually, I always tell this to the students who are watching the video because I don't like to ask or answer. Sorry, I don't like to answer questions that are not related to the topic that I'm talking about. So if you guys have any questions, you can paste them right here, right? And I guarantee you, somebody will always answer. And as you can see, it's a very active group. There's 91 people, I think, just from yesterday that want to join. So please come join us over there and post your questions, and you'll get to know more people, and you'll get much quicker responses. So that's Learn English on Facebook with Smrt. Also, I almost showed you movie quote of the week this week. All right, also, I'm going to share with you guys our Discord link, and you guys have been fantastic. I'm very proud of you guys this last week. I asked you, so most of you know we've been doing this now for I think 2 or 3 weeks. I started a hashtag idioms on the Discord group. So if you guys don't know it, I put the link in the chat right now. You can click on the link. It will take you to Discord. It'll open up a page and it'll say that you have been invited by Smrt. So just click yes, register. If you don't have an account over there, it's free. It's not going to cost you anything. And you guys can join our Discord server, which is pretty cool. I actually like Discord quite a lot. And as you can see, my chat, this is my chat on Discord, and it is actually very, very active. You guys have been keeping it alive, which is really, really cool. So a few weeks ago, I asked you guys to start writing hashtag idioms, and then to write any suggestions. As you can see here, Rosa has a few suggestions. Rosa's very, very active on the page. Down in the dumps, or cry wolf. Julian has an idioms, cry dog, right? So basically, I ask you guys to post any. Oh, there we go. Edgar just entered the chat live, which is nice. I asked you guys if you have any idioms that you want me to explain, or maybe an idiom or a slang or a phrasal verb or something like that, things that are related to that. You can post it here with the hashtag idioms, and I will collect a few of them once we have enough, and I'll make a lesson for you guys. And we actually did that last week. So if you missed last week's lesson, please go check it out. All of these are idioms that were submitted by you, and it was actually a good class. I had a lot of fun that class. So please, 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 let's continue doing this. I didn't really have a lot of time to do this for today's class, which is why we're not doing the idioms again. But hopefully next week, because I know that we have enough already. You guys have been very, very active, and you posted a lot of suggestions, which I'm very happy for. So next week, hopefully, we'll do another idioms class with you guys, or maybe the week after that, because I do want to finish what I'm going to be talking about today. And that's pretty much it. So please come and join us at our pages on the YouTube, on Facebook, on Discord, and join the Smrt family. I look forward to it. Neha is also here. Hello, Neha. Thank you for coming and for joining the class. Ismail also just joined the class. Welcome, you guys. Natalie is also here, and Clinera. Oh man, I can never say this name properly when I when I want to say it fast. But Clinera, welcome, Clinera, and thank you for coming. Shamat is also here. Hi, Shamat. Gosia. All right, so here we go. So let's start. Before we start, of course, I'm gonna tell you guys. Dia is here from Iraq. Hello, Dia. Very, very nice to have you. So I'll tell you guys, but I'm pretty sure you guys already know, the winner of movie quote of the week last week, as usual, is Summer. Summer, a virtual high five to you. Undefeated. There she is. Summer is smiling in the chat because she knows. So this was the movie quote from last week. It says, "Helmet! So at last we meet for the first time, for the last time." and this, of course, is from a classic funny movie called Spaceballs. And this is the type of movie that we call a parody, right? Parody. And a parody is basically when you make fun of something, right? So Spaceballs is a very, very famous parody of Star Wars, right? That means they're making fun, or a lot of the themes in this movie are from Star Wars, right? But of course, they're not really the original characters. They look like them, but they have different names, usually funny names, and things like that. So those types of movies we call a parody. So that's the movie last week, Spaceballs. Very, very funny movie. It's old, 87, but it's still funny today, and it's a classic. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. So congratulations, Summer. Once again, virtual high five to Summer. All right, so stick around till the end of the class today, and I'm going to give you the new movie quote of the week for this week. And that's it. So let's get down to business. Summer, of course, is celebrating in the chat, and Julian is not very happy about it. Julian and Summer have been competing against each other for the movie quote of the week for a long time. But Summer is just too good. She's too good. All right, so let's get down to today's lesson. Today's lesson, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be from Unit 9 in Smart English 120, right? So you guys, the people who have been watching me for a while now know that I'm basically going through the 120 level in Smart English, which is around the intermediate, I would say, the intermediate-ish English level in Smart. And we are up to Unit 9 so far. So today I'm going to be going over 9.1 in the grammar section, which is first conditional and time clauses. And this is why I don't know if I'm going to do the idioms next week or not, because I don't want to break up the lessons, right? So first one is first conditional and time clauses. We'll do that today. The next one is the second conditional, and then the first and the second together. So I'm thinking I'll pause. I'm going to pause the idioms classes until after I am done with the grammar for Unit 9. But that is not a bad thing. That's a good thing, because that means we will collect a lot of idioms, which is good. Right? So I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. You guys just continue adding the idioms, please, on the Discord, which will give us a very nice sort of database to work from. And by the time we're done with these 3 lessons, we'll have a good amount of idioms to go through, which is cool. Rue, good evening. Good evening, Rue. Welcome to the class. I think somebody said JB. Yeah, JB. JB's in the class. Hello, JB. And Hilbert, too. Hi, Hilbert. Hashim also made it. Very, very nice to have you guys. All right, awesome. So let's begin. So first conditionals and time clauses, right? This is what we shall be doing today. So 9.1. And I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to give you an exercise at the end of the lesson today, and I'll share with you my copy of the answers, so you guys can practice at home. No hats, man. Julian really wants me to take off my hat, and I don't know why. Oh, that reminds me, by the way, just because somebody asked me, or a couple of people actually asked me about this, so I'm going to explain it, hopefully not to confuse anybody. So if you guys notice here on the ads that we run, not the ads, that little presentation that we have usually in the beginning of the class, it says support your favorite Smart Live teacher by subscribing to their channel for $5 a month. So some people are confused by this, so please let me explain. If you go to the show more section, or in the description, there's a link here. If you click on the link, it'll take you to this page, and then you can, if you want, you can subscribe to me for $5 a month. Now, please don't be confused. This is not something that you guys have to do, right? These classes are free. They're completely free. We don't need, not so sure, but we don't really ask you, right, to pay for these classes. If you just click on the normal subscribe button on the channel, that's free. Just like any other YouTube channel, you don't have to pay for these classes, right? So please don't feel that you are obligated to pay for these classes. You absolutely don't have to. And that's why it says here, it is 100% optional. So what is the $5 subscription? This is just if you feel that you like our channel enough, or you like a specific teacher enough, or you feel that you've gotten some kind of value where you, I don't know, if you want, right, to support that teacher, you can do so, right? So if you subscribe to that, that is a different kind of subscription, and it costs $5 every month, right? One more time, you don't have to do this, right? You guys are more than welcome to watch me for free forever, right? You don't have to pay $5 a month. So please don't be confused by that. But if you want to, we will not say no, right? So if you want to buy me or Kent a cup of coffee every month, think of it that way, right? That's what the $5 are for. But you don't have to do it, right? And we will not be sad if you don't do it. So it's completely free, you guys. JB, American or Canadian? I think it's Canadian, JB. I think it's Canadian dollars. I would guess that it's Canadian dollars. But yeah, Canadian. It's like yeah, you could think of it that way. It's like a donation. It's like you just supporting your teacher. It's you saying thank you. I really see value in a lot of this, and here's my support, right? But again, you don't have to do it, you guys. You really don't have to do it, right? I'm just saying, if you want, well, I'm not going to say no to your money, but you don't have to do it. So please don't be confused by that. When I tell you guys to subscribe in the beginning of the lesson and at the end in the outro, I just mean the free subscription, which is on the channel, right? And this one is completely free. So don't worry about giving us money if you don't want to, or anything like that. Okay. Now let's begin. All right, so we're talking about first conditional and time clauses today. So you guys, I'm sure you guys know there's first, second, third conditionals. There's a few of them. We're going to be talking mainly in Unit 9 about the first and the second. And we're going to add a little time clauses with this today. So here we go. Real or unreal? So the first section, basically we're going to be talking about situations that are real. Real means they can happen, right? It's not impossible for these situations to happen. Unreal means hypothetical situations, right? Or situations that are not real. So in English, there are many ways of making sentences with the word if, and that's true. If it is very important to understand the difference, so not if, it is very important to understand the difference between real possibilities, that means things that truly are possible, they could happen, right? Reality. And sentences that express unreal or imaginary situations, right? So unreal, things that are not real or hypothetical or imaginary situations. Bisma made it. Hello, Bisma. Very, very nice to see you. Thank you for coming to the class. All right, so let's take a look at a few examples of real and unreal or imaginary situations. So those first 3 pictures that I'm going to go over show you examples of real possibilities, right? Things that can happen. So for example, it says, if it snows, school will be canceled. If it snows, school will be canceled. So here, if it snows, can it snow? Well, yeah, snowing is a real possibility, right? It's something that could possibly happen. So all you're saying in this sentence is, if it snows, school will be canceled. That means only if it snows, school will be canceled. If it doesn't snow, school will not be canceled, right? So if you notice, these two clauses depend on each other. Or to be more specific, the second clause depends on your conditional clause, right? So the second clause, school will be canceled, depends, right? Depends on your first clause. So what do I mean by that? I mean the second clause is only going to happen. It's only true if your first clause is true, right? And in this case, if it snows. Only if it snows, school will be canceled. All right, let's take a look at another one. You should stay home if you're sick. Now, notice in the second one, I did not start with my if clause. The if clause is at the end of the sentence. And that's fine. There's no problem of putting it at the end. But what we talked about before still is true. It still applies. So let's take a look. You should stay home if you're sick. So now, remember, your conditional is the sentence that has if in it. So that means you should stay home. This will depend on your if sentence, right? Or your if clause, or the if conditional here. So this is only going to happen. This will only be true if your if clause is true. In this case, if you're sick, right? So if you are sick, then, right, you should stay home. If you're not sick, yeah, well, you should come to school. If Karim does not have his coffee, the class will be canceled. Okay, not true, not true. Because I think I did a class without a coffee once. which was weird, but I did before. But yes, that Edgar, that's a good sentence, right? Your sentence is correct. One job competing against Sean in subscriber count. No, not really. I did not really stop competing against Sean in the subscriber count. But Sean seems amazingly to be still going up, even though he has no videos on his channel, which is still shocking to me. All right. If we wake up late, we will be late, not get late. If we wake up late, we will be late. If it rains, I will stay home. Yes, you guys are giving me good examples in the chat. Very good. All right, the last one. We'll have a great time if you join us. We will have a great time if you join us, right? So again, I'm pretty sure if you understood the first one, the second one, third one is pretty much the same, right? I'm sure you guys understand what I mean by real possibilities, right? Things that can happen. Okay. Let's take a look at unreal or imaginary situations, or hypothetical, right? That's a good word that you guys should know. Hypothetical situations, which means imaginary, right? Not real situations. All right, so let's take a look at that. You would understand if you spoke my language. You would understand. So again, the first rule that I talked about, that doesn't change, right? Which is what? Which is your if clause is what decides what's going to happen in the second one, right? So you would understand. This is not your if clause because it doesn't have if in it, right? So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is this is the part that depends on the if clause, right? The if part of your statement. Now, why am I saying that this is unreal? Why am I saying that this is imaginary? Because as I'm talking to, so these two girls, for example, imagine that, let's say, I don't know, this black girl speaks French, okay? And this white girl here, or the blonde girl here, she does not know how to speak French. So the black girl is saying to the white girl, you would understand if you spoke my language. Now, why am I saying it's imaginary? Why am I saying this is an unreal situation? Well, because right now, at the moment of speaking to the white girl, right now, she doesn't know French. She can't speak any French. So if you spoke my language is unreal because she doesn't speak my language. So this is what we mean by an unreal situation. I'm just saying you would understand if you spoke my language. And that's true, right? If you spoke it, you would understand. But you don't understand because you don't speak my language. And that's it. This is very simply what we mean by an unreal or an imaginary situation. Let's take a look at another one just to make it hopefully clearer. I could help you if I had time. If I had time. So this is a very common response, or this is a common way to say to somebody, or to say no, right? So somebody's asking you, hey, I'm really swamped right now. You guys should know what swamped means. I did this in one of my what's it called? One of my phrasal verb videos. So I could help you if I had time. So imagine I'm super busy right now, and I'm calling you and I'm asking you for help. Hey, could you help me? Can you give me a hand? And then you say to me, oh, I'm sorry, I could help you, or I would help you if I had time. So it's unreal. Why is it unreal? Because I don't have time. That's basically what I'm saying when I tell you this. I could help you if I had time. So I don't have time, so I can't help you, right? So it's sort of a polite way of saying no, right? Instead of saying no to somebody, you could say it like this, right? I could help you if I had time. Why is it polite? Well, because it sounds like you want to, but you can't, right? It's out of your hands. That's why we call it an unreal, or we consider it to be an unreal situation. Judith is asking about paying for that. I think the $5 subscription thing. I think it's specific to the teacher, Judith. Yeah, that's why we all have different pages. So if you look at mine, Mine takes you to me. Yeah, so there's mine, and there's Kent's. So yeah, I think they're separate, Judith. Like I said, you don't really have to do that, right? Only if you really want to, right? If you feel like we deserve it, or you want to give us, right? But you don't have to, guys. You really don't have to. If I had $1 million, I would retire. R-E-T-I-R-E. Not the past tense, Edgar. Be careful. If I like the way you teach, I will donate. That's very good, Adela. Yeah, that's great. I like that. That's very good. If I like the way you teach, I will donate $5 for you or to you. Very good. Yeah, that's a very good sentence. If I was hangry, do you mean hangry or hungry? Because they're two different words. Hangry with an A actually has a meaning, and hungry, which is when you feel like you want to eat, right? I would eat, if I was hungry, I would eat a crocodile, I think is what you want to say, Sultan, but that's a good sentence. I wouldn't help you even if I, ooh, that is very correct, Rosa. Rosa with the complex sentence. Yes, that's a very good sentence, Rosa. I could buy a meal if I had money. I would go to Canada if I had a Canadian visa. Very good, JB. Not surprised. Hungry. All right, there we go. Hello, everyone. Hi, Yassine. Thank you for coming to the class. Welcome. Vinicius. Hello, Vinicius. Gertrudis. Hi, Gertrudis. Welcome to the chat. If I had a good memory, I could improve my English more quickly. Very good, Lolly. Yes, very good. You would enjoy the exhibition if you came with us. Yeah, that's a very good sentence, Bisma. Naoki says, hi, Naoki, and welcome to the class. If this clause makes sense, this clause also will make sense. I like it. That's good. I would eat an elephant if I were starving. Very good, of course. Nice. All right. You guys are doing very, very good. Okay, so everybody understands the difference, hopefully now, between a real situation, right? A real situation or possibility is something that has a chance of happening. Unreal, it's imaginary. It is not real, right? Okay, so now let's talk about the nitty-gritty, or the details. So first conditional. The first conditional is used to describe real possibilities. And very simply, this is the form, right? So I think somebody here, I can't remember who, somebody wrote something in the past tense. So be careful. This is the form that you want to use. So if plus the present simple, comma, and then will plus the base verb, or the base form of the verb, or the original verb, or verb one, wherever you are in the world, however you want to call it. That's what we mean by the base verb, right? We just mean the original verb, right? Without changing it, without putting it in the past, not the past participle, just the original verb, right? That's what we mean by a base verb, or a base form of the verb. So one more time, it's if plus the present simple, and then will plus your normal or verb one, or the base verb. So if we have time, we will stop in Seattle. We will stop in Seattle. And this is a real situation. Because you're saying if we have time, right? You don't know yet. Maybe you'll have time. Maybe you'll reach there a little bit early. Maybe something's going to happen and it will give you a chance to have some time. So you're just saying, hey, if it happens, if we find ourselves that we have time, okay, then we'll stop in Seattle. If we don't have time, are you going to stop? No, right? Because remember, the second part, right, is only going to happen. It's only going to be true only if your if clause is true first, right? So please don't forget that, right? It's the if clause is what decides if it's going to happen or not going to happen. Okay, let's carry on. If you don't understand, you will have problems tomorrow. If you don't understand, you will have problems tomorrow. Again, it's a real situation. There's a very good chance that you don't understand. So if this happens, if your if clause is true, then the second clause is going to be true. You will have problems tomorrow. Which means what? Which means if you do understand, are you going to have problems? No. If you understand, you'll be okay. If you don't understand, you will have problems. Okay, so hopefully things are clear, right? I think this is not too complicated. If she doesn't study, she won't make much improvement. So again, it's a possibility. There's a chance that she does not or will not study. So if she doesn't study, remember, the if clause, this is what decides if the rest is going to be true or not, right? So if she doesn't study, she won't make much improvement. Which means what? Which means if she studies, if I make this into a positive sentence now instead of a negative one, if I say if she studies, well then it's going to be also the opposite. She will make much improvement, right? That's it. I think you guys are getting it. Nobody's asking confused questions or anything in the chat, which is a good sign. If I don't pass the final exam, I won't graduate. Yes, that's very nice, Eunice. If I don't pass the final exam, I won't graduate. If you have enough time, maybe you will do us more classes. If you have enough time, maybe you will give us more classes. Yeah, you give a class on something, not do a class. Last one, if I do that, he will get angry. Of course, it doesn't really matter what that is as long as you know it's a real situation, right? That can be anything. Of course, I don't know who's speaking in this picture, she or he, but they know in their mind what that is, right? So if I do that, so she's speaking, right? If I do that, he will get angry. I have no idea what she's talking about, to be honest. She's just looking at a ring, and I don't know what is she going to do that's going to make him, that's going to get him to be angry. So I'm not really sure what's going in her mind. But it doesn't really matter. You guys should get the what's going on, right? They're all pretty much the same. If you disrespect people, they will dislike you. Yes, that's a good sentence, of course, by JB. If I don't pay my internet provider, if I don't pay my internet provider every month, I will not be able to see Karim every Wednesday. Yes, I will. Just careful, we're saying will, right? Not would in the past. Will. She looks like Jennifer Garner. Okay. I see a little bit. I see what you're saying. A little bit. Okay, now the next part is just pure writing grammar, right? So it says, when we begin our sentences with an if clause, we use a comma to separate the two parts of the sentences, to separate basically the if clause and the other clause in your sentence. If we begin our sentences with a result clause, then we do not use a comma. And that's actually what we call them, right? So we call these result clauses. Why? Because remember, what did I say? I said the if clause is what decides what's going to happen, which means it decides the result. And that's why we call it a result clause. So let's see if that is true, right? If we go back to the sentences we looked at, remember we said if you choose to begin your sentence with the if clause, then you need to put the comma to separate both of them. Just like this one. If I do that, so I started with my if clause, so I put the comma right there, and then my result clause, he will get angry. If she doesn't study, comma, again, so I separate, right, my if clause and the result clause. This is only true, you only do this if you start with the if clause. If you start with the result clause, then it's just one long sentence and there is no need for a comma. So like I said, of course, this is writing punctuation, right? So it's not, you don't obviously don't have to worry about that when when you're talking to someone. But if you're writing, this is how we do it in written form, right? So one more time, if you start with the if clause, that means the first part of your sentence is the if. Then you have to put a comma to separate your if clause and what we call the result clause. If you start with the result clause, then it's just one long sentence and you don't have to separate anything with any commas. So Bisma says, if she doesn't stop crying, comma, I will go crazy. I will go crazy on her. Yes, that is correct. If I eat an ice cream, I will be very happy. Yes, Esther, that's very good. So if I say the opposite, Esther, so for example, if I say I will be very happy, now I don't need a comma because I started with my result clause. So I will be very happy if I eat an ice cream. Or if I eat an ice cream, comma, I will be very happy, right? So just remember this. This is only for writing. I will have a problem in the next lecture if I don't understand today's lecture. Yes, Mahmoud, that's a very good sentence, and you did not put a comma, which is correct. Very nicely done. Okay, now let's talk about time clauses, and we will wrap up. Nice, sweet, and short lesson today, right? Which is very, very unusual. But I think that's a good thing. Okay, so time clauses. Conditions of time use the same form as first conditional sentences. In time clause sentences, instead of if, we use time expressions like when, as soon as, until, before, after. So I'll say this again, not to confuse anybody, right? One more time. Conditions of time, right? So conditions that are dependent or conditions that are related to time. When time is important for the condition to happen, basically we use the same form, right? So the same form, which is if plus present simple, will, and the base verb. So let's see. And here are some examples of words that we use for time expressions, right? So when, as soon as, until, before, and after. So like first conditional sentences, we use the present simple with these words. The other clause in the sentences use will. So I will eat breakfast before I take a shower, right? Very simple. I will eat breakfast. When are you going to eat breakfast? Before I take a shower, right? And like we said, we use the present simple, right? So we use the present simple. And this is what we mean by it's similar or it's the same as the first conditional. Before Karim. He needs to come back. Yeah, Joshua was, I like Joshua. Joshua was a cool teacher, Julian. All right, until you apologize, I will not speak to you. Until you apologize, I will not speak to you. So what are you saying? What are you saying in this sentence here? You're saying very simply, right now, I'm not speaking to you. And I'm telling you, until you apologize, that means until that happens. If that doesn't happen, if you don't apologize, I'm not going to speak to you. When am I going to speak to you? Only if you apologize, right? So until you apologize, that means from now until the moment that you apologize, all this time, whatever that time is, if it's 2 days, 1 week, 5 years, 10 years, doesn't really matter, right? Until you apologize just means from now until that moment happens, I will not speak to you. And that's very simply basically what you're saying in this sentence. Dido, hello Dido. Thank you for coming to the class. I appreciate it. Last one. When I go to the game, I'll buy a hot dog. When I go to the game, I'll buy a hot dog. So again, remember, this is tied. This depends on your time expressions. So I'll buy a hot dog. Right now? No. When I go to the game, right? When I go to the game, I will buy a hot dog. That's when I'm going to do it. Not before, when I go to the game. And it says here at the very end, it says, notice when we start sentences with time expressions, we separate the two parts of the sentence with a comma, right? So again, one more time, let's take a look at those sentences. I will eat breakfast. Did I start with a time expression? No, I didn't start with a time expression here. So that's the reason why there's no comma. Here, so an easy way to remember this is what? Is link time expressions and if clauses together, right? So they follow the same rules. If you start with the if clause, you need a comma. So same thing. If you start with the time expression, you need the comma. If you don't start with the if clause, you don't need the comma. Same thing. If you don't start with the time expression, you don't need the comma. And that's it, right? Just link them both in your head, and basically both of them use the same thing. Mahmoud is asking, what is the main difference between real and unreal? Nothing. The difference between the real and the unreal is real just very simply means it can happen. It's a real situation. There's a chance, there's a possibility that it can happen. Unreal, it doesn't. And okay, if you wanna talk about also like grammatical differences, the difference is we use the present simple here, right? Plus will and the base verb. If you notice in the unreal, I say would, not will. I say the past tense of will, right? So would and could, would and could. That's pretty much it. If you're not sure what unreal means, if that's what you meant, I just meant just keep in your mind, can this happen or not? So for example, it's common to say, if I could fly, I would blah, 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 right? So if I could fly, can I fly? No, I can't, right? So it's not a real situation. This is what I mean by unreal. Until she receives my message, she will not leave the office. Yeah, that's a very good sentence, Bisma. Before I eat my dinner, I will take my pills. Very good, Eunice. As soon as this class finishes, I will go for a walk by the beach. Very nice, Edgard. Before you go out, you will finish your homework. Yes, Gertrudis, that's very good. That is very good. Judith is asking, what is the purpose of the comma? I will be very honest with you, Judith. I have no idea what the purpose is. I just know the rule. So I just know that's how we do it, right? So I know that if you start with if, you need the comma. If you don't start with if, or if you start with the result clause, you don't need the comma. But I will be very honest with you. I don't know what exact purpose it serves, but I just know the rule. Gertrudis has a good answer. Because it's English. Yes, because it's English. Oh man. Hi. Oh, hi. Made it to the class. Hi. Thank you for coming. I will shower before I sleep. I will clean my house after I have lunch. I will leave when she appears. JB with 3 very good sentences. I will play video games only if I finish my homework. I will play video games only if I've... Yeah, that's very good. Yep. All right, good. You guys are doing good. And we are done, believe it or not. So So that's good actually. So let's do some exercises today, right? I don't think we've done exercises together in a while. So let's do some exercises today. Julian's asking me, did I see his explanation? Let's see, what are you talking about, Julian? When I met my friend Tony, he told me that he was trying to drive his sister up the wall with a Lamborghini. Drive his sister up the wall. You see, until there, that's fine, right? He was trying to drive his sister up the wall, period, or full stop, and that's a good sentence. With the Lamborghini, yeah, that makes it sound confusing, because then it's not the idiom anymore, and you kind of like, what's he talking about? But yeah, it does sound super dangerous if that's what he was, if that was his intention. I will be very happy if I win the lottery. Yes, that's a good sentence, Rosa, and I would be very happy if I win the lottery too. So happy. But a decent lottery, not the lottery, you know, where you win like, I don't know, $10,000 or something like that. Like, I'm talking about the serious lottery, right? The one with like, I don't know, $67 million or something like that. That would be very nice. Julie, yes, I will be happy if I win the movie quote of the week. Very good, Julian. All right, let's get you guys to do some exercises. What do I want to do? All right, let me make a copy so I can give you guys a copy of your own. Let me see, yes. Really happy, by the way, you guys, that you've been very, very active with the idioms submissions. I'm actually very, very pleased with that. So thank you, and please keep it going. Keep it going. That means we're gonna have a lot of nice, cool idiom classes. And I had fun last week. I liked actually. I enjoyed very much doing the idioms class with you guys. So yeah, definitely I want to do a lot more of those. So please keep the idioms coming. And I'll keep collecting them. All right, so this is the link. I'm gonna put this link for you guys in the chat right now. So please click on it. This is going to give you basically a copy of this. So you guys can join along in the exercises. And when we're done doing the exercises today, I'm also going to give you a copy of the answers, right? Because we're probably not going to do all of them. But I'll give you the copy of the answers so you guys can continue to exercise at home and you can know if you're right or wrong. Karim, after doing idioms, give us a new assignment. Sure, if you have any suggestions for new assignments, we don't really have to finish idioms. I mean, we can do more than one thing at the same time, which would make it kind of nice. Maybe one week we'll do idioms, the next week we'll do the other thing that you guys want, and the week after that we'll do the next thing that you guys want, and then we can go back to idioms. So yeah, we don't necessarily have to finish idioms. We can always do more than one thing. But yeah, definitely, Mahmoud, that's a good suggestion. Hi, me says, can you please make a video about will versus would? Will versus, I'll write a note. Hi, me. Hi, me. Hi, me. Hi, me. Hi, me. If I just say hi, me, it sounds like I'm saying hi to myself. So I got to say hi twice for your name. So hi, me. I'll take a note of that, and we will put it on the list. Will versus would. All right, there we go. I wrote that down, and we'll get to it at some time in the future. I can always review this lesson if I miss anything. Very nice sentence. Yeah, that's a good sentence, Clinera. And can he make a video where to use S and where not? What do you mean? What S? You mean like how do we add S to the end of words when you want to make them plural? Is that what you're asking about, Mahmoud? like S or ES or IES or the possession apostrophe S. Yes. Okay, so that's what you mean. Yeah. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. Mahmoud wants the S. All right. S, ES, and IES. That shouldn't be too hard. I would love a class about Unreal Past. Unreal Past. Unreal Past. What else? You guys have a lot of needs, but that's cool. That's why I'm here. Julian wants a class on history. Like what am I gonna teach you, Julian? What am I gonna talk about history? And which history? The history in the history books, or the other type of history that people have been debating over the last decades? Your or yours? Your or yours? Get. Whoa, okay. Suddenly this is turning into a huge suggestion class. When not use articles. Oh, now Key, if you are, I did a very, very comprehensive class on articles, like in super detail. It took 3 lessons actually. I did it over 3 lessons. I can't remember which classes they were, but they were in the beginning, right? So if you go back in the early videos that I did, you'll find 3 lessons that talk about articles, right? So it tells you exactly where to use them, where not to use them, all that sort of stuff. So go check it out. Yes, and I agree with Rosa, so let's stop it. Let's cut it here. No more requests in the chat, please, for today. but thank you. I appreciate your enthusiasm and your excitement to learn. And man, that's good. But that's good enough, or that's well enough for today. All right, so you guys have the exercise. Let's choose something. Let's see. What does this exercise 1 say? Put the verb into the correct first conditional form. Okay, let's leave that for a second, because I think that's probably going to be too easy for you guys. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's. Isn't there one where you get to write? I want one where you guys write the actual. There isn't. Okay. Well, I guess it's this one. Math class. Karim. What's a Karim class? I would love a class with Joshua. Math class. You are probably one of the very few people, Julian, that asks for math classes. I'm not against math class. Math actually used to be my favorite subject in school. But as you can imagine, I am a minority, right? Not a lot of people really like math that much. Don't know why. All right, let's do exercise. Let's start from the beginning. Let's do exercise number 1. And let's start simple. Let's go B, C, D. E, F, G, right? So B, C, D, E, F, G. So B, C, D, E, F, and G. So be careful. Let's see what it's asking for. It says put the verb into the correct first conditional form, right? So this one should be pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I'll give you guys a few seconds or a few minutes. A couple of minutes should be enough, right? So B, C, D, E, F, and G. Please write the number of the question in the chat so I know which one you're answering. I will get out of your face for 2 minutes. So let me take my face out. There you go. My face is out, but my voice is still here. My voice. All right, you guys. I'll be back soon. All right. Let's see what you guys are doing. You guys are doing pretty well, actually. Yeah, you're doing very good. So Julian had a very good sentence in there using one of last week's idioms, "time of your life." So that was very well done, Julian. That was good. All right, let's check out the answers, which you guys pretty much got, really. All right, so let's go. B says, if you, and the verb that you need to mess around with is go to the exhibition, you, and then something, you have to use have a good time. So most of you got this correct. Very well done. And the answer is, if you go to the exhibition, remember, right, this is the form that we want, right? If plus the present simple, comma, will, and the base form of the verb, right? So just, if you have that in your mind, you should remember what to do. If you go to the exhibition, you will have a good time, right? If you go, and because we started with our if clause, excuse me, that's why we have the comma, right? To separate the if clause from the result clause. So good job, everyone. Next says, if global warming, and you have to use the verb continue, use the verb destroy the world. Pretty much same thing again, right? If global warming continues, it will destroy the world, right? It's really easy, right? If you just remember the form. As long as the form is in your mind, pretty much the answers are pretty much all the same. So D, if he, again, the verb that you need to use here is come, I, and then be, and then surprised. So you guys, I think, should be picking up on the pattern now, right? It's pretty much all the same. If he comes, I will be surprised. If he comes, I will be surprised. All right, next one. Next one says, if the humidity go up, we, and then again, the verb that you have to use is buy an air conditioner. So same thing, nothing different here. If the humidity goes up, we will buy an air conditioner. If the humidity goes up, we will buy an air conditioner. F says, if we go on holiday this summer, we go to Spain. Pretty much same thing again. That's actually a very nice picture. I like that's a nice looking picture. Very pretty. So the answer is pretty much the same, and you guys got this. So if we go on holiday this summer, we will go to Spain, right? If we go on holiday this summer, we will go to Spain. If we don't go on any holiday this summer, well, then we're not going to Spain, obviously. If the weather, and then you have to use in the negative form now, not improve, then we, and another negative form, not have a picnic. Doesn't really matter if it's the negative or positive, they're pretty much the same. So the answer here is, sorry, I need to say if. There we go. So if the weather does not improve, and again, because I started, right? Remember, this is only in writing, because you started with the if clause, then you need the comma to separate it from the result clause. So if the weather does not improve, we will not have a picnic. And that is it. So good job on that. We will have to go to Spain. Where are you? If we go on holiday this summer, we will have to go to Spain. Yeah, if there's a reason for you saying that, yeah, that works in the sentence, Julian. There's no problems with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I think you guys are really getting it. I wasn't expecting you to have a difficult time with this. First conditional is usually not that difficult, really. just please keep in your head the differences, right, between what is a real possibility and something that is not real, right? And the first conditional, which is what we talked about today, is used for real situations, right? For real possibilities. So if you actually look at all of the questions, or all of the exercise, the separate exercises, if you look at all the sentences, all of them are real situations. If you go to the exhibition, you will have a good time. If you go to the exhibition, that's a possibility. That's something that I can really do. If global warming continues, right? And that's, again, this is a possibility. Global warming already started, and there's a very good chance that it's going to continue. That's possible. It's a real thing that can happen. It has the chance. It has the possibility of happening. Julian saying this class is legit short. Yes, it is. I'm very proud of this, Julian. Don't mess up my jives today, or my vibes today. I'm actually very happy that I managed for the first time to keep my class down. It's still not an hour, but I'm gonna make it one day. One day I'm gonna do it. Only 1 hour and 7 minutes. I know, right? It's shocking. If you're new here, what we're talking about is everybody knows that my classes are usually long, right? So usually 2 hours. I think the longest class I've had was 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2.5 hours, something. I think, yeah, something like that. It's so nice. Yes, Gertrudis, it's so nice. So before I forget, just so I don't forget, I'm going to share. Let me make a copy of the answers. And I'm going to share that with you guys, so you guys can practice. You guys can practice at home. Natalie White Plu. Oh, thank you, Natalie. I'm glad that you had a good time. I want you guys to take two things from my classes. I want you to take knowledge and fun, right? These are the two things that I really hope that you guys get from me in these classes, right? You learn something and you have a good time doing it. So as long as you're happy, I am happy too. So great. Where is it? Where is it? Share. What do I need to do? I need to get the advanced. Change this to anyone with the link, and then say yes, and copy. All right, so there we go. I'm going to give you guys a copy of the answers. So here's the document for the answers. Make a copy for yourself, keep it with you, and I'll remind you again, anything that I share with you guys, anything, right? It doesn't matter what, if it's a document, anything. If I share anything with you through a link, please make sure that you make your own copy, right? All I mean is, when you get the file, click on the word file and then make a copy. Because I usually clean up my my drive every few weeks, or every other month or so. So if you don't make your own copies, suddenly one day you'll find that you can't find the file. So please always remember, make your own copy so you don't suddenly lose it. And that's pretty much it. No worries, Manal. No worries. You can always watch the video anytime you want, right? Whenever it's all right for you. If we don't pay a $5 subscription, the classes will be shorter. Absolutely not, Edgar. That's a very good sentence, but that is not related. No, the classes will not be shorter if you don't pay the $5 subscription. Could have, would have, and should have. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, and woulda. All right, I'll add that to the list. Jaime. So could have, would have, and should have. Sure. I'll keep adding things to the list, but please, guys, just remember, right? Just because I don't do the thing that you ask for, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. It's just that it's only me at the moment and I only come here once a week, right? So it will probably take some time, right? Until whoever you are, until I get to the point that you want, right? So please don't hate me for that. I promise I will get to it eventually, right? Eventually I will get to it. Layla, hello Layla, and thank you for coming. We are at the end of the class, unfortunately, but you can always watch it after the video is done. But thank you for the intention. Thank you so much for coming. You are welcome, Rosa. You are welcome. Yes, please make sure to make your own copy of anything that I share with you guys, right? Always, the first thing you should do is make your own copy before you do the exercise, before you read it, anything, right? Just make it a habit. When I share something with you, open it, make a copy, and then do what you want after that. Ain't the same, the real is in the house. Hello, Ain't the Same. Very nice to see you. All right, so let's get to it. Let me do the outro. I'll give you guys movie quote of the week for this week. You guys can try your hand at trying to beat Smrt, although I think that will be very, very difficult. And then I'll get out of your face. Okay, so here we go. All right, so as usual, you guys are watching this awesome English class on the awesome channel Smrt English on YouTube. So please, if you have not done so yet, click the subscribe button and hit the bell button and all the other buttons on the page. But these are the two most important ones, right? So click these two buttons and then click whatever other button that you want. Also, if you go all the way down, you will find my face. Just click on my face. It's going to take you to my page, which is called Smrt English with Karim, right? So I have a few videos on there, not too much. But hopefully next month I'll be a little bit more free, and I'll probably start to upload once again more videos. Also, it's going to be summer soon. Soon, I say soon because the weather should have been nicer already, but Vancouver, what can you do about it? It's raining. Actually, today is a bit sunny. It's a little cloudy too, but it's a bit sunny. It's not raining at least today, which is a good thing. So please come and check me out over there. Also, you will find that I have a personal channel on YouTube. It's called Food AF. It's not related to English. I don't really teach English, but I talk in English, so you guys can practice listening. It's about food. I like to cook. I like to eat. So come and watch me cook and eat. And hopefully you'll learn a dish or two. They're all original recipes and they're all mine. So this is me sharing my food with the world. So please come and check it out. It'll also make my day, and I appreciate it. Our Facebook group is called Learn English on Facebook with Smrt. Smrt, of course, is SMRT. I really recommend that you guys join this group. Any questions that I didn't get a chance to answer, or if you have any questions that were not related to today's lesson that I did not address, this is a really good place to sort of post questions like that, right? People are very active. They answer each other very quickly. And it's a nice community, right? It's also by membership. So if somebody is not nice, we kick them out, right? So only nice people in the group. So please come and join. Discord. If you haven't joined Discord, you really have to. It is amazing. I really like it a lot, and it's actually becoming very active these days, which is cool. You guys are actually using it more and more these days. So I'll give you the link for. I'll give you a link for the Discord in the chat. You guys click on that. It'll take you to Discord, and you'll see an invitation from Smrt. Just accept it. If you don't have an account, create an account. It's free. It's going to cost you nothing. And that's it. And then you can join our chat. And you can see this is our chat, and this is my chat. Very active. Julian is always plugging me and putting my video links in here. And I can't really complain about that. So thank you, Julian. And yeah, and you can see you guys have been very, very active, and it's great. So please, as it says here, keep the idioms. Keep the idioms coming, you guys. So again, if you're new, I started this a few weeks ago. Just go to the Discord, hashtag idioms, and write whatever idiom that you want me to explain or talk about or teach. And once I collect enough, I'm going to make another class about the idioms that you guys suggested. So please do that. I had a lot of fun doing it last week, and I actually want to do a lot more idiom classes. It was really good. I liked it. And that's it. So I hope to see you over at Discord. And that is pretty much it. So thank you guys for being with me all this time. I really had a great. Oh, you guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. You guys are welcome. I deleted the. Oh, Manel, why'd you delete Discord? Why? It's becoming active and it's nice now, Manel. You should give it a chance. Listen to Summer. Join the Awesome Sauce family. That's us. We're the Awesome Sauce family. Thank you, Eunice. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. You guys are what make me look forward to Wednesdays every week. So you guys are the best. Thank you so much. All right, so here we go. Let's do movie quote of the week. This week, I'll let you guys go. And if this is your first time doing movie quote of the week, I will very quickly explain. So basically, I'm going to give you a quote. You have to guess what movie it is from. Now, the rules are very simple. Don't tell me what the movie is in the chat. If you think you know what the movie is, or if you find out what the movie is, don't tell me in the chat right now. I will not look at your answer, and if I see it, I will pretend that I did not. So please, don't put it in the chat. You're not helping yourself, and you're just gonna help everybody else. Wait until after the video is done. So I'll say, after I do the movie quote, I'll say goodbye. I'll play music for 1 minute, and then I will close the video. Once the video is closed, you guys can start typing in the comment section below this video. So wait until then, and then type the movie quote or the movie that you think the quote is from over there. All right, so not in the chat, not now, and not in the chat. So here we go. Let me take this out of your face so you don't see it. Where is the movie quote for this week? All right, so here we go. So this is a person saying this, and he's talking to another person, and I'm not going to say too much more than that. But basically, this person says, "I tried to taste the life of a simple man. It didn't work out. So I took a souvenir. Her pretty head." I'll say it one more time. It's a bit scary, right? But I'll say it one more time. "I tried to taste the life of a simple man. It didn't work out. So I took a souvenir. Her pretty head." And that's it. I'll put it on the screen for a second. There it is. 1, 2, boom, and that's all you guys get. So if you know, whoa, I dropped my mic. Hello, testing. Sorry about that, I dropped the mic. All right, so here we go. If you know what the movie is, like I said, wait until the end, put it in the comment section, and that's pretty much it. So until I see you guys next Wednesday, don't forget, next Wednesday, 3 p.m. Vancouver time, and that's Vancouver, Canada, not Vancouver, the US. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. So thank you so much, and until then, a good morning, a good evening, and a good night.